Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, another Zaud, back at you, y'all savage. But anyways, I wanted to get into something in particular because it's, I've been seeing it on the internet, and then, a couple of homies have shot me, like, little clippings. And for the most part, once again, I'm disappointed by certain cats that have a little bit of media influence, as far as, like, some of them are just trolls, and, other ones just, they do what they do. But, I'm still disappointed by the way that a lot of these cats are acting, you know what I mean? But before I even get into that, I'm just gonna go ahead and send my shots out. And first and foremost, shots out to Fly West Ent. They got a song called Westimony featuring Young Regal. And to the homies from Texas, they got a young Texan out there. I think they call this guy the real k-Lub, or real K/LUB, featuring Pizzo. They got a song called Chillen Getting High. Yeah, go ahead and check that out, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't really no borders when it comes to, representing what you got to do in order to get that money. So shouts out to old boy from Texas, and shout out to the Avwatchmen, Avwatchmen live feed. They did that now because I think they blocked their account for like 3 months because they said he was harassing the cops, just keeping them accountable. But on my other channel, Zaud Vision, will be up. I'm just gonna record that video after this one and also to the merch that I'll be putting out there. I will be dropping that link. Everybody I mentioned will be getting dropped in the link. Go ahead and check them out. The lighting is off once again, y'all saw this, but yeah, let's just get into it. You know what I mean? The homie shot me a clipping of Bosco. Bosco 100, for the ones that may not know him, which everybody should know him by now. They a long time ago they put a video out about this guy getting smashed by he got jumped, you know what I mean? So well, they said he got jumped. When I watched the video, it's kind of like, mixed emotions on it. But like I said, that wasn't our business, so there's nothing for me to speak on. And plus, that's, something that happened. Not that long ago, dude said that he snitched, you know what I mean? And without paperwork, it's like, nobody seen paperwork on the dude to say that he was snitching. So but I guess because supposedly his mom said that that they asked him to snitch, or he snitched, whatever, when he was 12. That's besides the point. The only thing I'm saying is, like, when I see cats like that push it out there, like, all Mexicanos are snitches, like, it trips me out. It seems like everybody lumps this dude 6'9" in the same category as everybody else. For one, he's not from the West. He's not from the West Coast, so you can't lump in the category. For two, he doesn't represent the Dub West. In fact, he represents blood. Even though everybody knew he wasn't a sangre, but he chose to rep that because certain dudes allowed him, because they wanted to dig in his bag. I haven't spoke up on 6ix9ine either, for the simple fact that I really don't have too much evidence on the guy. One statement you're hearing that he snitched on some dude that on the Chief Keef shooting. I think he just screwed himself on camera, plain and simple. But people saying that he's snitching on that, and that that's why they added this indictment to somebody else. But then you see something today, and he says something along the lines that dude is getting 9 counts. You know what I mean? That he pled guilty to 9 counts. So it's hard to speak up on things like that without information. I always said that he's probably gonna tell, and that's because I could just tell his character. And a lot of cats knew his character, and that's why cats, was calling him out, outside the fact that he was trolling. Now, the thing on Bosco 100 is, like, it's kind of like, that's to make a statement that broad. For one, it's like, if you're older, dude, and you're trying to kick back. I understand. He makes me crack up. I watch his stuff all the time. He trolls people, you know what I mean? And he gets people triggered. But when you put a broad statement out there like all Mexicanos are snitches, that's kind of like, man, like, you're asking for issues. Whether you're down south, up north, whether you're in Texas, whether you anywhere that anybody that's Mexicano that might feel a little something about that might be on your bumper. You know what I mean? That's like me saying all Bloods are snitches. Like, that would be like one of them statements that you're begging for issue. And then it would be ludicrous for me to say that. You might have a lot of Bloods that snitch, you might have a lot of Crips that snitch, you might have a lot of Southsiders, Northerners, whatever your affiliation, that have snitched, but that you can't make a blatant statement like that unless you're really asking for trouble. And my thing is like this: if you in the media and you got the capability of doing something good, and you get up out your neighborhood and you get that money, it's on you to keep going and be able to progress past all this nonsense. But continuously I see you going down a path, and like I said, I'm no one to speak on you, dude, because for one, I don't know you. For two, we ain't even in the same category when it comes to representation. But seeing that I got family that run that same car, you know, and you know, all the drama that ensues out of stupid things of that nature. When you say things like that, you're inviting trouble. You know what I mean? And everybody knows, no matter who you are, anybody can get reached out in touch. You can stay in your house 24/7. There's still a possibility that somebody find out where you live and they reach out and touch you. You know, especially if you're known for you know, making slandering comments. You know, it's the best thing I say is like, you know, hopefully, you know, some people say that wasn't even his profile, so that's why I chose not to really speak on it. But if it was, dude, you know, just slide back on that, dude. Like, you can disrespect 6ix9ine all you want. I mean, dude is, you know, he is who he is, you know what I mean? And if nobody gonna stand up for him, that's different, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's snitching. You know, I don't know if he's taking them 9 indictments that they said he took. You know, I don't know if he supposedly paid somebody to shoot at Chief Keef like that. That even if he did, that would be nothing for me to speak on. I see cats on here that be like, oh yeah, he paid for this fool to shoot up this fool and shoot up this fool. That's just snitching. Like, and even if it's already out there in the media, it's just you're giving more light to it. But like, the whole video was made just basically, you know, nowadays people speak without any type of knowledge on anything. To be honest, and this is no shot at anybody, if you look at the first 48, you ain't gonna see none of the homies on there. But and that's not a shot at anybody, like I said. It's just when you make a blatant statement like that and try to blanket it over all Mexicanos, that's kind of, that right there is just, you know, for people that want to avoid issues, that's an issue, you know what I mean? And I'm sure people feel some type of way about it because they've been blowing me up with this video of you saying something about Mexicanos just basically being snitches. And that's crazy. Like I said, that's like if one of the homies said it about all blacks. Like, that would even make me look bad, seeing me being black, you know what I mean? It's just like, but like I said, the first 48 speaks volumes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it comes down to it, just keep that positivity, dude. If you got a platform right now, whether it's just trolling or not, you got a platform, dude. You done been on Vlad Snitch Ass TV. You done been on a few platforms, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, they like what you doing. No jumper, you know. I don't know how to really say it without you know, really being disrespectful, you know what I mean? But I'm not finna get disrespectful on the internet. I'm not finna do none of that. Like I said, that's your platform. You do what you will, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, just be accountable for some of the things you say, and knowing that when you say things of that nature, you might trigger some people, and anybody can be touched, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, and that's why certain people should refrain from saying certain things. And like I said, this is just one of those videos just to address like certain things. It's like, we all got to be careful on what we say on this internet. You see a lot of people false flagging out here, so-called beefs, you know what I mean? You got people disrespecting one another in order to get on, you know what I mean? And then make some lame ass excuse why they did it. The world and the media is crazy. Now you can say whatever you want to say about somebody and it's just no consequences. Back in the days, if you said somebody's a snitch and you had no paperwork, you can get dead up. But now it's, you know, certain cats that may have been of age and know better don't teach better. So now the cats that grow up that ain't really with that old way of thinking think it's all right to tell on people and it's all right to snitch. And so what, he's a child molester, and so what, he's this, it's all good, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? Oh, he got too much, he got a gang of money, the homie's on. Like, why would I ever speak on dude? And then as soon as the money gets pulled, all of a sudden, oh, you're a snitch, you're a rat, but you dealt with him. So, you know what I mean? And if you feel that strong about somebody that's snitching, then bust a grape, you know what I mean? That's how I say it. If you're gonna push that line, you know, and still be on social media talking about you knocking fools down and supposedly, you know, people got knocked down because of you, then you can't say, oh, I'm not with it, you know what I mean? It's just, at the end of the day, it's like, look, 6ix9ine, I don't know whether he's snitching, I don't know whether he's doing whatever he's doing, I don't know if he took the 9 indictments, but to be honest, I don't really care. Like, it makes no sense on some of the stuff that's put on social media. Like, these guys, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna do what they do, you know what I mean? You got people on 6ix9ine's thing putting little rats all over his stuff. That, you know, that's on them. I'm not a fan of 6ix9ine. I didn't care about him. He didn't run with the car. So, you know, outside of the fact that, you know, he thought he was more than he was, it just, you know, that's all I could really say about the dude. But yeah, So yeah, no, it ain't no shots at Bosco, ain't no shots at none of them. It's just, you know, you sometimes, you know, when you're in social media, you got to be accountable for what you say and do, because it's liable to always start a gang of drama. I still got people on my bumper for the BG knockout thing, you know what I mean? Of course, it's dudes woofing on the internet that ain't really trying to get that, because if they would just pull up, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's besides the point, you know what I mean? Like, when you get to a certain age, it's just kind of nonsense to be out there still acting like you're really putting that smash down. You see people on the internet all the time talking about who they killing, but they if you spend 40-50 hours on the internet, how you killing anybody? You know what I mean? How you putting in that same work? You know what I mean? That's why it's that energy. People put that energy out there like they really out there doing it, but you can't be if you stay on the camera all day. That's like me saying I'm out there clapping fools, but look, and I'm on this camera trying to tell people to avoid dumb issues that don't need to occur. And the fact that when you put a blanket statement out there saying that, you know, this, it's like for the first 48, and that's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say. You know, the first 48. You say what they want. Some dudes say level 1, the homies be on there telling. You're talking about a level 1. Come up to level 4, talk something different. You know what I mean? In fact, just avoid the level 4 period. Don't take your ass to jail and you know, and just be one of them. Be a square. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's better to be a square and have money and chicks and cars and a nice house than to be in a cage with some other dude taking a dump right next to where you sleep. You know what I mean? And you gotta, every time you go in the cell, you're not knowing whether you're gonna get into it with this guy or not, because you might not like his stilo. You might be real clean and he might be real dirty, or, you know, maybe you don't clean the way he wants you to clean. So it's always that tension. Learn that. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys that be speaking on here ain't trying to go back to jail. And for the ones out there false flagging and creating dumb beefs, dude, just check yourself. Just whoever you are, you know, check yourself and learn that, you know, it ain't even a life no more. You know what I mean? Just plain and simple truth. You know what I mean? Because you can be solid as hell and there's still somebody who's gonna tell on you. So, you know, for other people that say about, you know, people telling and, you know, yeah, come on, dude. Dude is from the East Coast and they don't even accept him right there. So don't try to throw that on us, dog. You know what I mean? With that being said, you know what I mean? Once again, shout out to Fly West. Shout out to the Real k-Lub featuring well, k-Lub or whatever featuring Pizzo, Chillen Getting High, and Avwatchmen, always keeping the dirty cops accountable. And yeah, hopefully this lighting didn't throw you off. I'm trying to order off Amazon right now. I still need a laptop. You know, it's a few things to really put it together. I want to start doing interviews, but like to my other channel, like I said, I will be throwing it out there. You know, it's crazy. It just demonetized my last video, me talking about this camera. Have no idea what's going on, but that's YouTube and it's fickle. But yeah, and for anybody else I missed, you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm your boy Zaud and I am out. Late.